And welcome back to GMSA Plus on KSAT Plus. And of course, we're starting your morning off. And know if you guys are with us right now, you are probably getting that last cup of coffee before you hit the door and get on the road. Get us in that Bluetooth because we got some news that you need to know. How you doing today?
Absolutely. I'm doing great, Yeah, so we just did a couple of hours of the show right now. So now we are on all of our streaming platforms. So again, you can download the KSAT Plus app for free on your smart TVs. And also, of course, you could do it the regular way. A lot of people do it on their phones. They just download the KSAT app. We're streaming also on KSAT.com. So bringing you a little bit of that extra traffic weather as we get you set for your Tuesday morning. And it is definitely cold outside.
It's cold outside, and it's also important to know that when you do click us on, some people's timing may start differently. So if you see a loop going on, that means that we are there. We will come. Don't think that you're just looking at something, a blank slate right now. Of course, everything starts differently. But either way, thanks so much for joining us. And again, we're going to keep your day going on with everything you need to know, traffic-wise, weather-wise, and of course, our headlines of the day. But first, speaking of traffic, got to get to the roads.
Yeah, absolutely. So Alex Gomez is scanning the streets for us on this Tuesday morning, and it's actually, despite the fact that we've seen north side going back to school today, northeast side, shout out to all those kids out there, it actually hasn't been too bad out there, Jeff.
Hasn't at all. And Alex Gomez has been on the roadways dressed like a little Ninja Turtle because, of course, it is a bit chilly. He's wrapped up from head to toe, but so far, look at him. Hasn't come into any issues so far. Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Japhanie. Yeah, so far I haven't seen any major slowdowns, but there is one starting to grow right now, and that was expected downtown. That's going to be right at Fine Silver Curve. It is reduced down to one lane if you're trying to take that exit to go I-10 West. I just used that same area right now, and I'm starting to see a slowdown 35 south from Fine Silver Curve back to the 281-35 interchange. So just keep that in mind because we do only have one lane open for that curve. If you need to go past that, if you just need to go 35 south all the way down to Highway 90, stay on that lower level and you should have no problems, Japhanie.
Something else that I want to mention, Alex, before we let you go, we did notice throughout the morning you were driving, some roads got like some type of material on it to keep, I guess, the treatment going. Have you been seeing that a lot about on your commute?
Yeah, you've noticed that too. You can see the lines on the roadways. You're not going to see it right here, but I've seen it a lot on the overpasses, the interchanges, some of the bridges. You see the lines from the tire marks that's been from the solutions that's on the roadways. So just know that a lot of these roadways, the interchanges, like I mentioned, have been treated for ice. So there's nothing to worry about right now. I've been driving around for the past 2 hours and the roadways are dry, but that's just the city just taking precautionary measures to do all of that. And that's what you're going to be seeing, those lines on some of those interchanges, Japhanie.
All right, Alex, thanks so much. And again, as he mentioned, if you are a driver and you do see that, that's what that material is, getting ready for the colder temperatures.
Of course, and they always try and pre-treat those overpasses and those highways as well. So I was going to ask, you mentioned he looked like a little Ninja Turtle out there. The Ninja Turtle. I want to ask him, maybe he could message me later what his favorite Ninja Turtle is. I said earlier, I joked that he looked like he was about to scale Mount Everest or something.
Look at you. Well, of course, we've been talking about the cold temperatures for a long time now, getting people prepared. Justin Horn joining us right now to tell us a little bit about what our expectations are.
Michelangelo, by the way, is a correct answer.
There you go.
What are we talking about? Donatello, dog.
Come on.
Come on. They all look the same to me.
I don't know. But you guys brought up a great point with the pre-treating of the roads. So you may see that and say, hey, we're going to be in trouble here in San Antonio. And I think by and large, we are not. I don't think we're going to have a lot of issues with ice here. Now, in the hill country, that's a different story because temperatures will be a little colder there. We're talking about Thursday, by the way. Not today or tomorrow, but Thursday is when all this starts to unfold. As we look outside for you right now, we can see some clouds in the distance, but generally clear skies. I will tell you, temperatures are not as cold this morning as we expected them to be. Not necessarily a bad thing. We were expecting to get down into the 20s in San Antonio. Did not happen. 31 degrees at the airport. We are still sub-freezing. 30 degrees in New Braunfels, 31 Converse, 27 in Bernie. That is the cold spot. 33 right now in Stinson. Forecast for today. Yes, we start off cold, but we end up in the 40s this afternoon, 44 noontime. We should warm to about 49 or so by the afternoon hours with mostly sunny skies. All right, let's look at the Futurecast here. This is one of our high-resolution computer models. We're starting to get more and more of these that can take a look now because we're within that time frame of how things are going to unfold tomorrow. And this particular model does start to bring in some precipitation Thursday morning. I think that's when things get underway. We'll start to see some of that wintry mix in the Hill Country, Junction, Fredericksburg, Kerrville, and then light showers here around San Antonio. I think the rain will pick up midday into the afternoon, and this is the time frame too where we still could see some of that wintry mix. I know it doesn't show much here, but it's possible we get that activity over the Hill Country, and I think temperatures will be cold enough for some of that light freezing rain and sleet to mix in. What about impacts? So what are we talking here? And what you're seeing are this yellow color represents minor impacts. So we go from minor, moderate, major to extreme, and we're on the minor end of things. Where you see the orange color, that's where there could be some moderate impacts. So I'd say mainly Fredericksburg, points north, but even Kerrville and even Bernie, we could see some bridges and overpasses perhaps get a little bit icy. So those are the areas we'll be watching on Thursday. Maybe extreme northern Bexar County, but by and large, as I said, San Antonio is in the clear here. It's just going to be a cold rain. And very quickly, I did want to touch on the snowfall potential. We're not getting any here. Sorry, kids. It's just not going to happen. But there will be some good snow up towards Dallas, and I need to mention this because a lot of people are traveling perhaps for the Cotton Bowl. Dallas is going to get a lot of snowfall and a lot of wintry weather up there. So if you're traveling up I-35 on Thursday or Friday, please know that will be a problem. 40 Wednesday, 37 Thursday, 70% chance of rain here, just a cold, damp day. And then 46 Friday, windy, but we'll get some clearing, and then warmer by the weekend. 56 Saturday, 58 on Sunday. So it does warm up a little bit, guys.
Okay, yes. I got some buddies that were planning to make that trip up I-35.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got them tickets yet. Obviously, big Longhorns fans, but we know a lot of people from San Antonio in our area trying to make that trip up there. So.
Of course, the game is indoors because it's at Jerry World, but it's a matter of getting there. That's the issue.
I don't know if y'all remember this. They had the Super Bowl there. I want to say 2010-ish, 11. And they had a massive ice storm that shut down the entire city. The Super Bowl was a bit of a mess, and they've never gone back to play in Dallas.
I remember this.
Fun fact.
We actually, our sports department was part of our weather team at that point because they were giving us live reports.
Look at that. Some very fun nuggets there. And those fun nuggets don't stop here. Guys, after the break, we got everything you need to know again. Back with the cold temperatures, warming shelters, what some school districts are doing. Might be your school district, so pay attention. And that Spurs arena talk. So all that.
That's always a hot topic.
So much more coming up after this short break.
All right, good Tuesday morning, everybody. You're with us on GMSA Plus right now on the KSAT Plus app. We've made it into our streaming room right now. We gave you a check of some traffic, some weather. So now we're going to break down some of our top stories of the day. And besides the cold, there's definitely a lot of things that we're following.
Oh, yeah, a lot of things that we're following. And this actually came in during the show. We got these updates from certain school districts that are a bit concerned about the cold weather. So let's get right into it because, again, we could be talking about you and your school district. So check this out. Cold weather causing concerns for some school districts, and they're working to get ahead of that issue. San Antonio ISD saying that they're prepared, releasing a statement that reads in part, quote, "Our operations team has been preparing for winter weather since the summer, and all systems have been serviced. Over the weekend, staff walked all campuses to ensure all buildings were ready to receive staff and students this week when cold weather is expected," end quote. Now, though the district did not clarify exactly what those issues are, these preparations coming after they had to close down last January for several days due to a lack of heating and HVAC issues. I know that's a big talker for our parents out there. Want your babies to go to school and be comfortable. So hopefully we don't have any last minute surprises popping up for some of our families out there.
No, definitely not. And you remember that was right after actually MLK Day when they had those issues there. And I remember at first it was like Burbank High School was having a little bit of a problem with their heating, and it ended up being more of a district-wide issue. So something to definitely keep in mind as we get set. So I know we're trying to get ahead of everything going on with SAISD. Obviously, Northside, Northeast ISD, they are back in school today. So yes, we'll find out if they have anything. We'll be on top of all this stuff.
Oh, definitely. So we got our school districts covered. You already know we're on top of it, but we also need to talk about those warming centers because there are some people out there who will need that resource. So this is a reminder to everybody that the city of San Antonio opening a number of its warming centers this week. These warming centers only open during normal business hours, though. Anyone who needs to get out of the cold, or if an issue comes up and the heat in your home stops working, city leaders are stressing that there is a place where you can go.
We want to make sure everyone is safe and warm as the weather fluctuates. So right now, as you said, we're in level 1, and so these places are available for folks to come in and warm up.
All right, if you're listening to us right now, that was Brian Chasnoff with the city. Well, on the other hand, if you need a place to stay overnight, you can contact nonprofits. We got many of those here: Haven for Hope, Sam Ministries, Corazon SA at Travis Park Church, the city's Community Connection Hotline, also a place that can help if you're looking for a place to stay. The city says that they can also help with transportation to shelters as well. And very important here, if you have a four-legged friend, a pet that needs to come with you, you can contact ACS and the Office of Emergency Management. That number is 210-207-1799. So make sure to get help for your furry friends there.
Yes.
All of that information, and of course that list of warming centers on KSAT.com.
I think that's so sweet that they're opening up to our pets too, because it's sad that when you have to go somewhere and you
Yeah.
gotta leave them
Yeah.
behind.
Yeah.
If you're cold, you know they're cold. So it's good that we got
yes,
those resources
yes.
out there.
I'm always like, get them pets inside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's switch gears real quick. We got to get into the sports world.
Okay.
And this has been a talker. It's
Yeah.
been kind of
Yeah.
been mixed reviews back and forth about this arena.
Yes. So obviously, look, the city has kind of unveiled this big plan. It's Project Marvel. So there's going to be a lot of steps that we're going to be looking forward to here, and also obviously covering and reporting on, including Bexar County Commissioner Tommy Calvert, who says that paying for parts of a potential new Spurs arena could be on the May ballot, Jeff.
And commissioners are set to discuss this NBA arena project behind closed doors later today. Calvert saying that the Spurs seeking a vote this May on a more than $1 billion project. When money is involved, a lot of ears perk up. The venue tax on hotel stays and car rentals was created in 1999 to fund the Spurs' current arena, and currently known as the Frost Bank Center.
Yes, voters extended that tax in 2008, and they wanted to use it for river improvements, sports and performing arts facilities, also community arenas. So technically, this tax could be used to fund part of this new project. However, commissioners not planning to vote on anything today. If they want to get it on the May ballot, though, they would have to do it by Valentine's.
Well, look at that.
Yes. All right. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird thing because they're going to need money from the county. They're also going to need money from the city, and also the Spurs probably pitching in. It's a long ways to go.
Yeah, it's a long ways to go, but obviously you already know we are here tracking that step by step along the way to keep everybody updated, especially those who are for it, those who are against it. You know, it's a big, huge mix online.
Yeah. All right. We're going to go to break, and we'll be right back with more on GMSA Plus on KSAT Plus.
Welcome back, and thanks so much for keeping us on your commute wherever you're at. Got us plugged up because we have it to you right here on GMSA Plus on KSAT Plus. Let's get to those construction projects and different things that are going on in the city, something that we all drive into. And I know some people are like, I'm tired of it, but check it out. They have officially wrapped up thousands of construction projects that includes the streets, drainage, and sidewalk improvement.
Yeah, maybe you're stuck in traffic right now as you're listening to us. Hundreds of new projects, though, just getting started in time for the new year. And that could mean that it could definitely slow down your drive to work, to school, whatever it is you got to get to. Patty Santos shows us some more of these major projects that are starting up in 2025.
Hey there, we are here with Frank Jimenez, one of the co-owners of Panaderia Jimenez. You are going to tell us a little bit about the history of the Rosca de Reyes. What is it?
So the Rosca de Reyes is going to be a pan de dulce that's made.
Starting in early 2025, folks near Port SA, near the Thompson community, will start to see orange cones going up. The community will see new sidewalks, road reconstruction, and drainage improvements. Streets impacted will be General McMullen, Billy Mitchell, and General Hudnell. Cones will stay up until spring 2028. Nearby at Military Drive between Sequoia Heights to east of Reed Road, drivers will see a median and 2 additional lanes put in.
You've got, a lot of existing subdivisions there. You got Warren High School nearby.
Construction there will last about a year. To accommodate traffic and population growth, Babcock Road west of Hausman to UTSA Boulevard will be widened to 4 lanes. Construction starts early this year and goes until winter 2027.
That segment of Babcock is still sort of a county road type section. It's 2 lanes, maybe they might have some turn lanes out there, but it's going to widen out to a full 4-lane section, center median, shared use path.
District 3 will soon see the start of construction of a new substation at the corner of South Flores Street and 6 Mile Creek Channel. The $19 million project will start in the early part of this year and wrap up in early 2020.
Okay, so these projects were paid for by the voter-approved 2022, 2027 bond program. And of course, we got that full list of projects and all that good stuff on our website at ksat.com. We're in a digital world. You have it all at your fingertips.
Absolutely, yes. Everything. Right there, yeah. So take us with you on your phone. We are on GMSA Plus right now. So we're going to be back at 8 o'clock to give you another update, traffic, weather, and a little bit more news to kind of get you going on your day. We know that different people, you got to head out different times. So yeah, we appreciate you guys hanging with us on a Tuesday morning.
Okay, guys, we'll see you back here at 8 o'clock on GMSA Plus on KSAT Plus.